Howdy, Possum Patty here, and it's Slow Stitch Sunday, so come on along. Well, I had to go out today, and I threw some things in this bag. This is a Vera Bradley bag that I bought at the flea market. Slightly used, but in pretty good condition. It works really well as a tote, and I just quickly threw in, here's my Just Because book, some thread, some material, and some things in this little container like scissors and a needle threader and needles and bits and bobs and beads. And I only got a little bit done, so I'll show you what I've done. It's my Just Because book. And the next page in the book just happened to be, in the background, strawberries. Now, it's not strawberry season here until June, but I thought I'd just go ahead and make a big strawberry. I had taken some of this red material with me. I know it has leaves on it, but that's okay. And I cut out the shape of a strawberry. Well, I tried to make it look like a strawberry anyway. And I put a bunch of red X's. And then I put a bead on each of the red X's. And I took 2 leaves off of that ribbon. You know, that ribbon that looks like a stem with leaves on it. I just cut a couple of those leaves off and I stitched them on the top, very simple. And I had this little bit of yarn, and I like it because it's sparkly. Look at that, very sparkly. And I took some gold thread and just kind of stitched it on around the edge. So between the beads and the sparkly yarn and the gold thread, kind of a festive page there. Oops. And now, I don't know that I'll add any more to this page. I did leave a little tail here, and I was thinking about putting a little charm or a bead on this little piece here, but I haven't found anything yet. Of course, I didn't look because I wasn't home, but I may just add one more thing to this. But I don't think I'm going to add any more stitches. I think I'm just going to leave it like this so that the beads are kind of the focal point there. And you've got this nice frame around it. One of my more simple pages, I think. And so what I'm going to do right now is take a piece of this cotton batting and sew these 2 pages together, and I have some material here for the next page. So these are just scraps from other projects, but I bet I can make this fit here. Doesn't have to be precise. You're not going to see it. I think it needs to be just a little bit. Boy, I don't cut straight. Oh, well, it's possum straight. Possum straight. And cut a little bit off the bottom. Like so. Okay, I think that will work. And what I like to do is, if I can find it. Never prepared. Put a little glue stick here. And that's just gonna hold this together. Then I don't have to deal with some pins. Like that. And I'm going to put that right there. Gotta get it down in the corner there. These 2 pages might be different sizes, so you want to make sure it's in there. Makes the pages nice and soft. Might be making the pages too fluffy. But that's okay. This can be like as fat as it needs to be, right? This was my Easter page. Okay, so I am just going to put a stitch around the edge, but you know, it might be a problem with this little green fluffy stuff getting in the way. All right, I'll have to manage something. I'm thinking about going with white, because white is the background there. And I have some white eyelet. Well, it's kind of a sheer white eyelet there. But let's see, how am I going to do this? Let's see. Okay, I got to find my threader. I saw it somewhere. Stand by. Okay, I found it. I put it in the drawer, and you know, it's hard to find things when you put them where they belong. So I'm going to grab a needle. Something that looks like it's not going to be too hard to thread. So we had a little bit of a birthday party for my stepson, who's too old to have a birthday party, or so his father says. And you know what? I made a cake. Got the trash here, saving the trash for Trash Tuesday. Somewhere I have the box. Anyway, it is a King Arthur gluten-free classic yellow cake mix, perfectly tender, golden, and moist. And it was really, really, really good. But you have to follow the directions and put like cream the butter, put half the mix, put in 1 egg, add a little milk, add another egg, put in the rest of the mix, beat it a little more, put in another egg. Got to do all that to get the right consistency. But if you follow the directions, I mean the texture, you couldn't tell it was gluten-free. You could not tell it was gluten-free. And it tasted really, really good. I have no idea what I'm going to do here. So I go around the very edge. Okay. It's going to be tough with all this green stuff. There's green seaweed here. It does look like green seaweed. Ooh, I need to save some of that for summer journal. Uh-oh, I got notifications on my phone. Stand by. Well, that was probably a robocall. Because the message just was beep, 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 beep. Oh yeah, so the cake was good. And I did have, like I said, a little time where we were sitting around chatting to do just a little bit of stitching. See, this is going to take me a while because of all this green stuff. Well, there we have it. I sewed just around the top and the bottom with some white thread, and down the side, you can see right there. And then on this side, I just put some stitches. You can hardly see them on that side. You can see them better on this side. There's some wonking stitching there just to hold that batting in the middle there. I could zoom in a little bit, right? Okay, zoom. And so that page is done. Oh, and so I found a really pretty bead, and I went to tie it on this little piece of yarn that was hanging, this eyelash yarn, and I broke the yarn piece. So I added some of this sparkle gold thread that I had sewn the yarn on with, and 2 pieces of this craft embroidery thread, and I put the bead on that. Isn't that pretty? Shiny green bead with 2 little gold dividers there. And so that page is done. Fun, fun, fun. But I already have an idea for this page. On this page, you know, when I was in the bucket looking for some red for my strawberry, I remembered I have packs and packs of yellow and blue. These are all quilting strips. And there's a lot more than this in there. I just grabbed a handful to show you. Got these at a yard sale last year. And I thought I would go with blue and yellow. And you know why. So we're going to put a blue at the top. I'm going to cover up this pansy page because I have more pansy pages in here, so I really don't need that. This is like the foundation, and I don't need to keep it as a background. So I'm going to put blue at the top. Blue represents wide open skies, and blue can also be the colors of calm and peace. And the yellow is going to go down here. Now the yellow can represent fields of wheat, but yellow is also a color for joy and prosperity. So this is going to be blue and yellow. I do have this sunflower material that I got. Did I get this at the Dollar Tree? Yeah, I think so. And I made a little strip of sunflowers. I'm going to put that in the middle because the sunflower is the national flower of some countries. And I cut out a little heart from one of these strips. This strip had these really pretty hearts on it because we're sending our love to the little lost children. I have this pin that was gifted to me back when I was a teacher. And it's a little girl with braids, and she's got like a pearl face, and she's holding a little teddy bear. And it's kind of a wide pin, but I think with the batting in the middle there, I can put an extra piece and pin that right on there. So we're going to send this little lost girl some loving and blessings in the land of blue skies and wheat fields. And that's going to be that page. So this is going to be a lot of fun. So the little girl's going to go on last. Bring her up closer so you can see her. And she's sweet. Look at the little teddy bear. Little pigtails with bows. Okay, then that, and then the heart will go on. Strip will go on after. Now should I baste these on? I already cut the batting for here. Haven't decided what kind of stitching I'm going to do. I could instead of basting, this is the lazy person's way of basting. Put a little bit of the Elmer's Craft Bond on the material. And stick down my pieces. I'll make sure I get them into the corner. I know, I fuss and I fuss and I fuss, and things still come out crooked, but that's okay. That's okay. I didn't want it too high. I don't care if it's over the top a little bit. This must make you crazy watching me do this. It's sticking to the glue and not going down where I want it. That's the problem. Okay. Do I have it where I want it? Yep. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay. I'm going to put a little glue here. Okay. One of these has fringe and one does. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put the fringe at the bottom because you're not going to see that top. It's going to have the stripe of sunflowers on it. Okay, like that. And the sunflowers, I might as well just go ahead and put this down too. Then I got to get some blue and yellow thread. And just put some crazy stitching in the background to hold these pieces in. Like that. Okay. Okay, here's my yellows and blues. And I think I like this variegated one with the sky. Colors go really nicely. So I'm going to start up at the sky and just do some stitching. Nothing too fancy because the heart's going to go over it like that. So I'm just going to do some background stitches. Okay, where to put my needle? Here it is. And my threader was just here. Okay, I decided just to put some diagonal stitches across like that. Little wonky. That's good, good, good. If this was like embroidery, you'd measure and mark everything out precisely. But it's just a slow stitch, so it's just for fun. And for the first time, I am sewing through the batting to see how that goes. Sometimes having a little bit thicker piece to work with helps, but my fingers are not cooperating today. So I'll probably sew most of this off camera. Sometimes my arthritis, I can't grab the needle very well, pull it through. So I'm just going to go back and forth across the blue skies. like this. Just a meditative thing to do. Oh, this actually has sort of a diagonal line right here. Some of the stitches are bigger, some are smaller. I do like how this variegated blue goes with this blue pattern material here. Put one more at the top. See, I can't pull it through. Fingers are not cooperating. Okay, I'm going to do some more of that, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like. Very fun, very fun. Almost looks like rain though, doesn't it? That's okay. Now I'm thinking about what to do on this bottom piece, which is white flowers, and should I put a brown center to match those sunflowers? Or something darker than that yellow. I could put, let's see what colors I have for brown. The dark brown is nice. Try the dark brown. Little dark brown centers will probably look like black-eyed Susans instead of sunflowers, but that's okay. That's okay. I don't have to get very realistic here. Abstract is fine. When I'm sewing one page, I start getting ideas for the next one. And I should be writing them down. Here we go. So I don't forget. Okay, I zoomed in a little bit, threaded my needle, and I think I'm just going to, not sew through that page, go into the middle of the flower. Hopefully, like that. And wrap the thread around twice. It's easier to do this without sewing in the book, but that's okay. Push it back through. My fingers are not working today. There we go. And just make a little center for the flower like that. Go up through the next one. Twice around the needle. Back in. Make sure I'm not sewing that. Uh-oh, too loose. Pull it tighter, there we go. So the best way to do this is to work on panels and then sew them in, which I could have done here. I definitely could have done that here. But where's the challenge in that? Okay, you can watch me do this 3 times and then I will do the rest. If it gets too loose, just pull it. Pull on the thread there. And perfect. So I've got the little centers in each of the flowers, and I did a little experiment over here. Tried to make those loopy petals where you just make a loop and then a stitch there to hold it. So I think I like that. So I think I'm going to continue on these and put some petals. And then I'm going to put some stitches around the sunflowers. And then my plan is to do the heart, which just appeared. Okay, where's the heart? All right, well then I'll do the heart when I find the heart. And then the last thing I have to do is pin the little girl on. And that'll be it. Oh, unless I put something over there. You know, I do have some sunflower ribbon or a little piece of lace or something on the edge might be pretty. Well, it was a lovely afternoon, and I sat out on the front porch, and I put petals on all the little flowers that were on this material. But the flowers were white, but instead of going with the white, I sort of went with like a golden yellow color to better match the sunflowers that are up there. Well, I think this is quite enough accomplishment for one Just Because book session. I have my strawberry page finished, and I have my yellow and blue, or blue and yellow I should say, page started. So I'll probably work on this one a little bit during the week. And then I have, what's next? Let's see. Oh, next peacock feathers. Ooh, that's going to be fun. All right, so thanks for coming along today. And happy stitching. Bye-bye now.